Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through all the noise and really give you the essential stuff you need fast. Today, we're tackling something, well, everyone experiences, feelings, and specifically, how to talk about them in English. This isn't just a vocab list, is it? It's more like a shortcut to, real connection.
Absolutely. That's the mission today. We're drawing from a really helpful guide all about expressing emotions, and we're pulling out the key English words and phrases you need. So if you're learning English, this deep dive, it's designed to help you sound natural, expressive, and just more confident when you talk about your inner world.
Yeah, aiming for clarity here. For everyone, really, no matter your age or where you are in your learning journey. Let's kick off with the big question. Why bother? Why learn all these specific words for emotions?
Well, because language is connection, isn't it? If you can't quite name what you're feeling, it's hard to understand yourself. And it makes it almost impossible for other people to, help you or understand you properly.
I really like that point from our source material. The idea that naming feelings helps us figure out our own behavior, gives it context.
Exactly. And just practically speaking, right? When you share how you feel, clearly people can support you better. Like just saying, I'm having a bad day, it's a bit vague.
But what does that even mean?
Yeah. But if you say, oh, I'm feeling a bit sad today, then your friend, they instantly have a better idea. They might ask, oh, no, do you want to talk about it?
It makes the interaction much more specific. And that strengthens friendships. The source calls it building a feeling bridge. I like that visual.
It's a great visual, a bridge to connect across that gap. And to build that bridge, you need good materials, right? Solid planks. So let's start with the foundation. Maybe 7 basic words every English learner really needs to get comfortable with first.
Okay, let's unpack them. The absolute classic first. Happy, you're smiling, laughing, just generally feeling good. That's happy. I mean, I'm happy to be talking about this right now.
Good one. Next up, the opposite. Sad. This is when something maybe not so good happens or you just feel low on energy. Maybe you want to cry a little, like if you really miss a friend who's far away, you might feel sad.
Makes sense. Then angry, feeling upset or mad. Often because something feels unfair, right? You know that feeling when your computer just crashes right before you save your work? Ugh, that's definitely angry.
Oh, absolutely. Then there's a simple, very necessary one, tired. Just physical or mental exhaustion. Long day, busy week, and your body's saying, okay, time for sleep.
Yep, okay, back to the positive side. Excited.
Mm,
This is that feeling before something good happens, like anticipation.
exactly. Before your birthday or holiday, or maybe seeing someone you haven't seen in ages, that buzz.
That buzz, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we also need scared. That's fear.
Something makes you feel unsafe or just afraid, watching a scary movie, or maybe hearing a weird noise late at night.
Definitely. And the last one for this basic set, nervous.
Right. That slightly worried feeling before something important.
Like an exam, or maybe your first presentation, or even doing a podcast.
Could be. Now, just a quick language point here for everyone listening. When you're describing these feelings, you can say, I feel happy, or I am happy. Both are perfectly correct.
Oh, okay. Is there any difference at all?
Well, sometimes I feel happy might sound a little more temporary, like right now, and I am happy can feel a bit more, well, solid, maybe more general. But honestly, for everyday chat, just use whichever feels easier to say. Don't stress about the grammar. The goal is connection, not perfection.
Good advice. Confidence is key. Okay, so once we've got those basics down, we need to move beyond just good or bad, right?
Yeah.
The next layer of words adds specificity, makes your English sound richer.
Exactly. Richer, more precise. These words help define the type of challenge or success you're talking about.
Okay, let's start with frustrated. When do you feel frustrated instead of just angry?
That's a really good question, and our source makes a nice distinction here. Frustrated is usually when something outside of you is stopping you from doing something, often, again and again. You're trying hard, but the technology, the system, maybe the traffic, it just keeps getting in your way.
Ah, okay. So the dodgy Wi-Fi that keeps dropping out, that's frustrating because the tech is failing you. You're not necessarily mad at someone.
Precisely. Now compare that with overwhelmed. This is more internal. It's when you have too much going on, too many tasks, too much to think about, too much pressure.
Like having 5 big tests all in 1 week.
Exactly. That's being overwhelmed. It's about having too much input, not necessarily an external obstacle like with frustration.
That distinction is super helpful for learners. Okay, next. Anxious. How's that different from just being nervous?
Anxious is generally seen as stronger, maybe longer lasting worry compared to nervous. Nervousness is often tied to a specific upcoming event, like that exam we mentioned. It comes and goes. Anxiety can be a deeper sense of worry. It's sometimes about the future in general or a constant feeling of unease. If you're anxious about a big job interview tomorrow, that feeling might stick around for days beforehand.
Right, a much heavier feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift to some positives again. Proud.
Yes, feeling proud. That happens when you, or maybe someone you really care about, achieves something significant.
Finishing a marathon, or maybe finally getting the hang of difficult English grammar.
Absolutely. You feel that sense of accomplishment. Then there's lonely. This is such an important one for connection. Being lonely isn't the same as just being alone, is it?
No, you can be alone and perfectly happy.
Exactly. You feel lonely when you feel disconnected or maybe misunderstood, even if you're in a room full of people. It's about that emotional gap.
So it's the quality of connection, not just the number of people around. That's powerful. And kind of the opposite of feeling unsure or anxious is?
Confident.
Yes, confident. When you believe in yourself and your abilities, maybe because you've prepared well, you've practiced, you aced that presentation, you feel confident walking out.
You're a great feeling.
Yeah.
And lastly, for this set, the feeling of disappointed.
Right. Disappointed is when things just don't turn out the way you hoped or expected. You're really looking forward to a sunny day off, but then it just pours rain all day. You feel disappointed.
Softer than sad, maybe. And linked to a specific expectation that wasn't met.
Exactly. Okay, so now we have a much better range of words. But how much?
Right, the volume control. If someone says, I'm sad, how do we know if it's just a little bit sad or like really, really sad? This is where intensity comes in.
We use modifiers. Think of them like volume knobs for your feelings. You can turn them up or down. For a small feeling, you might say, I'm a bit sad, or I'm a little tired, just dialing it down.
And for maximum volume,
You crank it up. I'm completely devastated, or I'm totally exhausted. Shows the extreme end.
and we can also just use simple booster words, right?
Absolutely. Simple, powerful words like really, very, totally, and extremely are fantastic here. I'm really happy today. I was extremely nervous before the test. Using these makes your English sound less flat, more dynamic.
Okay, now for my favorite part, usually. The idioms. These phrases, they don't literally mean what the words say, but native speakers use them all the time. Learning a few can make your English sound so much more natural.
They really are like cultural shortcuts for feelings. Let's look at a few really useful ones from the source.
First one, I'm on cloud nine. What a great image.
Isn't it? It just means you are incredibly happy. Super, super happy. Like you're floating above everything.
So if you just got your dream job.
You are definitely on cloud nine. Absolutely. Okay, next, a very practical one. I'm feeling under the weather.
This one's useful. It means you're not feeling well, right? Like sick? Exactly. You feel a bit unwell, maybe slightly sick, but you often use it when you don't want to give all the gory details. It's considered polite, especially for, say, canceling plans or explaining why you're not your usual self. Keeps things a bit vague, but clear enough.
That's a great cultural tip. Okay, then there's walking on eggshells.
Ooh, yeah. Imagine literally trying to walk on eggshells without breaking them.
You'd have to be incredibly careful.
Precisely. It means you're being super cautious around someone because you don't want to upset them. Maybe they're already angry or stressed or sensitive. If the boss is in a terrible mood, everyone in the office might be walking on eggshells.
Got it. And for really deep sadness.
We have, it broke my heart. This conveys profound sadness, real emotional pain.
So not just for romantic breakup.
No, definitely not just that, although it's common there. You might use it if a beloved pet passes away, or yes, even if your favorite sports team loses the championship game in the last second after an amazing season. It implies deep, maybe even lasting, sadness.
These idioms add so much color. Okay, so we have the words, the intensity, the idioms. But knowing them isn't enough, is it? We need to know how to actually use them to connect, especially asking others how they feel with real care.
That's the crucial next step, the application. We all default to, how are you, don't we?
And the default answer is almost always, fine, thanks.
Exactly. Conversation stopper. To show you genuinely care, to encourage that feeling bridge, we need better phrases. Phrases that signal you're really ready to listen.
So how do we get past fine? What can we ask instead?
Well, one simple tweak is to ask, how are you really feeling?
Just adding that word really changes everything. It suggests you might sense something's up, and you want the honest answer.
I like that. Or if someone clearly looks upset or down.
Yeah, maybe skip the general question and offer support directly. Do you want to talk about it? It's an invitation.
Simple and direct. And another really thoughtful one is something on your mind. This acknowledges maybe their body language, their expression. It gently invites them to share worries or frustrations without putting them on the spot to name a specific emotion right away. It feels kind.
That feels much more caring than just, how are you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try putting it all together for our listener. Imagine it's you, the listener, trying to describe, say, a tough Monday.
Okay, so the basic version might be, I feel tired and sad today. Okay, but a bit basic.
Right, but using our richer vocabulary.
You could say something like, ugh, I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed today because I have so much work. And honestly, I also feel a bit lonely even though I chatted with my family earlier.
Wow, see how much more that tells the other person. So much clearer.
Or for something positive, maybe you finished a really big, difficult project.
Instead of, I feel good.
You could say, I am totally proud of myself for finishing that report. In fact, I'm pretty much on cloud nine right now.
That just sounds so much more alive, doesn't it? It really makes your English sparkle.
It does. And that clarity, it works everywhere with friends, teachers, colleagues. It cuts through confusion, builds that bridge.
So to help everyone really lock this in, let's share those actionable tips from the source. Daily practice is key, right?
Absolutely. Consistency makes these words feel natural, not like you're reciting a list. So tip number 1, keep a feelings journal. Doesn't have to be fancy.
Just one sentence a day.
Yeah, just one simple sentence. Today, I feel emotion because reason, but try to use the more specific words. Instead of just nervous, write anxious. Instead of angry, try frustrated. Making that conscious choice helps internalize the difference.
Okay, good one. And the second tip.
Describe your day using emotion words. Get out of the habit of saying, my day was good or my day was bad. Was it exciting, relaxing, stressful, maybe disappointing? And use those intensity words too. My day was really relaxing.
Practice makes perfect. Or, well, practice makes progress. Remember, making mistakes is totally part of learning. Using these emotion words seriously boosts your English, but more importantly, it helps you connect with people on a deeper level. It's definitely worth the effort.
It really is. Which leads us nicely into our final thought for you to chew on. If getting clear about feelings deepens connection, think about the last time you felt something strong. Maybe you were really disappointed about something, or perhaps incredibly proud. Could you describe that now, using one of these more specific words, maybe adding an intensity modifier, or even trying out an idiom? How would that change how clearly you could share that feeling? And maybe think, what's one thing recently that made you feel really good, excited? Could you describe that now as being on cloud nine? Keep playing with these powerful words. You'll notice your confidence in conversations really start to grow.